laws, they're all in ignorance and they're manufacturing their own way of life, every day changing. This will not solve the problems of human society if we actually follow the Vedic injunction. It is very simple thing. This whole idea is that everything belongs to God. Actually that's a fact. This is the Ishavāsamidam Sarvam. Everything now this United Nations, they are trying to be united, but actually in the heart they have got this is my land, this is my land. The American thinking, this is my land, the German thinking, it is my land, Indian thinking, my land. Actually there is no knowledge. Every land belongs to God. But they cannot come to this conclusion because they are godless, without any God consciousness. Actually that's a fact. Just as America, 200 years ago, this land did not belong to the Americans, it was there already. So to whom it belonged? Similarly, everything, this is the statement of the Veda. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. If we accept this, if the United Nations makes this resolution, then from this day they shall dissolve this so-called nationality. Accept this whole planet belonging to us, all the human beings, all the animals, all the birds, beasts, trees, as they are on this planet. If we accept this philosophy, there is no question of chaotic condition of the society. Actually that is the fact. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that whatever there is property on the land, on the sky, or on the water, anywhere, everything belongs to God. This is somewhere or other communistic idea, but it is spiritual communistic idea. The communists, they are making their center as the state. The Bhagavad makes the center as God. Everything belongs to God. The communist says that everything belongs to the state. And the Bhagavad says everything belongs to God. So from the idea, this is very nice idea. Now, we are, Krishna claims in the Bhagavad Gita that all the species of life, they are my sons. I am the seed-giving father. So the property is belonging to God, the Supreme Father, and we are the sons of God, not only human beings. Krishna says, Sarvajonishu, all species of life. Therefore, God has provided for everyone sufficient necessities of life. For example, just like we are human beings, only 400,000 of species, but other species, there are 8 million, 100,000 species. In Africa there are millions of elephants. They eat at a time 50 kilograms. Kg, what is that kg?
Kilos.
Kilos. But they are also eating. There is no scarcity of food for them. So it is a fact. Eko jo bahunam vidudhati kama. But because we don't believe in God, we manufacture our own ideas. Therefore we create simply chaotic condition. So according to Bhagavad Gita, as we are preaching, we are also opening centers, self-help center. In New Vrindavan, West Virginia, we have already opened a very big community center. We are going to open in California also, and we have already opened in India also, that we occupy a certain tract of land, we produce our own food, we keep our cows and take their milk, and there is no scarcity, everything there. We don't require to go outside the land for our livelihood. So we are advising, we are making centers like that be self-sufficient, save time for spiritual culture. That is human civilization. This was advised some thousands of years ago by Rishabdev. I will recite some verses that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is stated in the 5th chapter of the 5th canto. It is said, Rishabha Uvach. Rishabdev was the emperor of this world. He was advising his sons. So he said, Nayang deho deho bhajang niloke kastan kaman arhati bir bhujang ji tato tapo dibbang putrakajena sattang suddhe jasmat brahma saukham anantam. This is the instruction of Rishabdev to his sons, my dear sons. This human form of body, ayang deha, this body. No, not. No, ayang deha, deho bhajang niloke. Everyone has got a body. Cats and dogs, they are also possessing a body. And the human being also possessing body. So, what is the difference between the cats and dogs and human society? The Rishabdev says, Ayam deho bhajang kastana kaman na arhati jad bir bhujang. To accept too much labor for the necessities of life. Kaman. Kaman means the necessities of life. This life, this human form of life, is not meant for that. It is meant for birbhujang, the hogs and dogs. The hog is whole day working to find out where is stool, where is stool. The human life should not be like that. Human life should be very peaceful and prosperous and save time for spiritual culture. That is stated here. Tapo dibbam, for tapasya, voluntarily accepting renouncement. This is human life. That is our Vedic principle. Compulsory sannyas. There are varnashram dharma. And so, student life, brahmachari. Then married life, grihastha. Then vanaprastha. Then sannyas. That is tapasya. The brahmachari is also trained up for austerity and penances. That is brahmachari. The grihastha also, because from brahmachari life they go to grihastha life, they are trained up in tapasya. Then again, at the age of 50th year, they give up the family life. They take vanaprastha. Only the husband and wife go out of home and travels all over the holy places. Then, when one is little trained up, he sends back his wife to the care of his grown-up children, and he takes her down. This is varnashram dharma. The so-called Hindu dharma, that is a gift of the Mohammedans. You don't find the word Hindu in any Vedic scripture. This Hindu word has come from the Mohammedan country. They used to say, the people of this part of the world, means across the river Indus, they call Hindas or Hindus. So, actually Hindu, that is not Hindu dharma. From the Vedic literature we understand the varnashram dharma. Varnashram, 4 varnas and 4 ashram. Varnashram charvata. In the Vishnu Puran you will find this word. In the Bhagavad Gita you will find, in the Bhagavad you will find. So really, Indian civilization or Aryan civilization, Vedic civilization means varnashram. Varnashram charvata, purushena parapama, Vishnu aradhate pungshan, nannat tattosha karan. So, this human form of life, here according to the instruction of Rishabdev, is not meant for working hard simply for eating, sleeping, mating and eating. This is not human form of life. This is condemned in this house. Human form, the civilization means they should mold the form of the society in such a way that easily we can live and save time for spiritual culture. Therefore it is said, tapo dibbam putraka. The tapasya spiritual culture is necessary. Dibbam, tapasya means there are so many scholars. They also undergo tapasya for finding out, discovering, just like we have now discovered this atomic energy. That is also tapasya. Or something wonderful discovery. That also tapasya. But here it is said tapo dibbam. Undergo tapasya, austerity, penances for transcendental realization, dibbam. In the Bhagavad Gita you will find janma karma me dibbam chujanati tattva. So we should undergo tapasya, penance, austerity for transcendental realization. Dibbam, tapo dibbam, putraka, my dear boys, this life, human form of life, is not meant for working so hard like hogs and dogs. This life is meant for tapasya and for transcendental realization. Tapo dibbam putraka, jina sattang suddhe. Satta means existence. We exist. But this existence is not pure. Therefore we have to accept birth and death, old age and disease. This is not pure. Actually, we are living entities. Na jayate na amriyate va kadachit. The living entity never takes birth, neither dies. Na hannate hannamane sarire. This body being destroyed, the living entity is not destroyed. Once in Delhi, when our festival was going on, we invited a big chemist. He admitted that our chemical advance, scientific advancement is like this. He explained. You were present?
Where?
In Delhi. He said that a man who has learned the art to, what is called, barking like dogs, and people will go to see, purchasing ticket 10 rupees, 10 rupees, how the man is barking like a dog. And there are so many dogs barking, they don't see. This is our advancement. If a man has artificially learned how to bark, they'll go to see, like paying fees. And the natural barking, they don't. So these rascals are like that. They're trying to manufacture life. And so many life is coming by nature's poison, millions and millions, and there is no credit. And he's trying, he's a utopian, he'll create life by chemical combination. He is given all credit, Nobel Prize, here is a man. This is rascal. So what credit he will get? Suppose if you can manufacture a man or an animal in the laboratory, where is your credit? There are many millions and millions are coming automatically. We are trying to give credit to Krishna, who is making all this credit.
There's one Englishman named Aldous Huxley who wrote a book called Brave New Worlds. And in that book, he predicted something that's coming true now, that there would be a process of biologically screening babies so that men could be breeded like animals, like they breed animals. So they would take one strain of chromosomes and breed a class of men who would make perfect administrators. And then they would breed another class of men that would be perfect Shudras. They would breed another class of men who would be perfect scientists.
And the result is there. Gunakarma vibhava. Vedic astrology, Jata karma, they will say that this child is a Shudra, this child is a Brahmana, this child is a Kshatriya. By the birth, by the constellation of the stars, it is done. Se Purusham Tva. You cannot pronounce? Atmam Iswaram Prakriti Param. Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antar Bahi Avasthitam. This is a prayer offered by Kunti to Krishna after finishing the battle of Kurukshetra, when Krishna was leaving for his own kingdom, Dwarka. At that time, he went to take blessings from Kunti. Kunti happened to be Krishna's aunt, father's sister. So, he went to take leave from aunt. At that time, Kunti offered this prayer. Kunti, although she knew that Krishna is her nephew, brother's son, but still she knew that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna comes here as ordinary human being, but the purpose is to re-establish the principles of religion as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Paritranaya sadhana vinashaya ca duskita. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata tadatmanam srijamaham. Anything, ishavassamidam sarvam, anything whatever you see, that is God's property, Krishna's property. So, as the owner sometimes goes to visit his property or to see things that management is going on nicely, so everything belongs to God. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvaloka Maheswaram Bhoktaram Jagatam Sam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Sridam Sarvabhutanam Jnata Mam Shanti Micchati. This is the mistake of the modern world. Not only modern, this is the mistake of the material world. They do not know that everything belongs to God. That's a fact. We fight, this is my land, this is your land. But fighting, we die. And the land is there. The land does not go with the fighters. They fight amongst themselves. This is my land, this is my land. But the land remains, and the persons fighting, they go away. This is the point. But still we do not understand that the land does not belong to either you or to me. It belongs to Krishna. So anyway, just to establish, to remind them, Krishna comes, that any land does not belong to you. Bhoktaram, I am the India. Sarvaloka Maheswaram. I am the proprietor of all the planets. That's a fact. So, Kunti knew it, that we fought the battle of Kurukshetra, but actually Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Therefore she is offering her prayer, Namasya Purusham Tva. You are Purusham. Purusham means the enjoy. Krishna is not addressed as a female. Just like there are, not in your country, in India, there are many devotees of Durga. They take Durga as the supreme. Durga is supreme, the supreme power and energy within this material world, the supreme energy, that is external energy, that is called Durga. Durga means very difficult to overcome. Everyone is trying to overcome the difficulties of this material world. But it is very, very difficult. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Daivi Jisa Gunamayi Mamo Maya Durattaya. You cannot surpass the stringent laws of material nature. You cannot. This is our struggle for existence. Material nature is offering some difficulty and we are trying to overcome them. This is called struggle for existence. And this is going on, life after life. Any life, either human form of life or animal form of life, the struggle is there. There must be always anxiety. Sada samudvigna dhyam asadgraha. Because we have accepted this material body or this material world, to accept this material world means to accept different types of material body. And so long you have got this material body, either you have got the body of a human being or an animal or of demigod, always there must be fearfulness, anxiety, because we have accepted something foreign. This material world is foreign to the living entities. The living entity is spiritual. So, his actual residence is in the spiritual world. But somehow or other, he has come in contact with this material world, therefore he is suffering. Threefold miseries, adhyatthik, adibhautik, adidaivi, he must suffer. Therefore this Krishna consciousness movement is to get the living entity relieved from this material miserable condition of life and take him back to home, back to Godhead. That is also Krishna's mission. Krishna also came to impress that this is not your place. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. You are creating so many plans to live here very peacefully, but that is not possible. Therefore, you give up all this nonsense plan. Just come to me, surrender to me, and I shall give you protection. Because he is the father. Father wants that the nonsense sons, they want to live independently, but he has no such means. Therefore, father comes to invite, come back. Sarvadharma, vitaraga bhaya krodha. These things are explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So, Kunti knew it. Therefore, although Krishna was present before her as a nephew, aunt is respectable, Krishna came to offer his respect, obeisances before going home, but Kunti is offering respect to Krishna. Therefore, she is saying, Namaste, I offer my obeisances unto you, Krishna. Why? Purusham tva, you are the supreme person. Therefore I must offer my respect unto you. Namaste Purusham tva adyam. Adyam means original. Original person. That is stated in the Brahma Samhita. Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi. Anadi means who has no beginning. But he is the beginning of everything. That is Krishna. We have got experience that anything in our experience, it has got a beginning. Beginning. But Krishna is without beginning. And all others, they have got beginning. From Krishna, within this material world, from Krishna, Brahma, from Brahma, Narad, or many other demigods, then from demigods, we human beings, in this way we have increased. Brahma is the first created being within this universe and is created by Krishna. So they are taking account of this material, this universe. The Brahma is therefore called grandfather, and father of the father. But Krishna is the great-grandfather, the father of Brahma. Therefore it is said Adyam, the original person. Namaste Purusang Tva Adyam. What kind of Adyam? Isharam. Isharam means controller. Adyam Isharam, the original controller. Now, we have got experience about controlling. Suppose I am controlling this institution, Krishna Consciousness movement. But that does not mean I am the original controller. Similarly, there are many big men, business magnates, controlling his factory, his office, but he is not original controller. He is controlled by the government. And the government is controlled by somebody, the people. In this way, you will see, in this world, there is one controller. Everyone is controller. If one has nothing to control, he keeps a dog to control. That is very good experience in your country. He has no children to control, no wife to control, keep a dog. So the controlling propensity is there, everywhere. But he is not supreme controller. So if you study that here is a controller controlling a dog, but he is controlled by his master, he is controlled by somebody. In this way, you will find that Brahma is the original controller of this universe, but he is also controlled by Krishna. Therefore, he is the original controller. And the original controller means God, who is not controlled by anyone. Within our experience, we see that one is controller, but he is controlled by somebody else. But in this way, if you can, you approach a person who is controller, but never controlled by others. That is God. Therefore here it is said, Namaste Purusang Tva Adyam Isharam. Then Adyam Isharam, how it is? The Prakite Para, beyond this material nature. You will find in the Bhagavad Gita this verse, Parat Tasmat Bhava Anya. There is another nature.
Except that in places where things are
That
not
is
so.
also another cause, because they are not satisfied. Otherwise, why hippies are coming? Come. The hippies are dissatisfied with the method of modern materialistic way of life. Is it not? Therefore,
They have given
voluntarily,
away their possessions and they have chosen to
voluntarily they are giving up possession.
Maybe it's a reporter from the Chicago Daily News.
people among the hippies because they had already given up material possessions and so they were prepared
No, they are misguided. They want to have something new, but they are not accepting what is actually better. Some of them are accepting. But there is frustration, there is no doubt.
There is no doubt.
Frustration.
Frustration.
Yes. This way of materialistic way of life, like their fathers, grandfathers, they do not like. Is it not? Huh?
I think so.
Yes.
In Los Angeles, do you live in richness? Do you have a car and a chauffeur and a yacht?
I'm the guru of the richest country. Why shall I not have car? Do you follow?
No.
If I am guru of the richest country, then why shall I not have a car?
So you have one?
I have many. In each center I have got at least 12 cars. Just now I am coming from Europe, Germany. They have got 19 vans. 19. They go interior villages. The Volkswagen, what is called?
Volkswagen bus.
Bus, yes. So our devotees are packed up in each bus and they go interior in the village. Similarly, in every center you have got. In Germany, in England, in Los Angeles, in New York, here also.
Yes. There's 9 vehicles here.
Huh?
9 vehicles.
Just see.
9 vehicles in Chicago?
Yes.
Some spiritual leaders of various groups live in great richness with a chauffeur and expensive cars and boats.
Yeah.
What about you?
Because I know you are envious, therefore I don't sit here. I'm sitting here. You are very envious when a spiritual master is honored very nicely by his disciples. You become envious. What can be done? But that is the etiquette. The spiritual master is honored as good as God. But if people do not know, you become envious. Why this man is sitting in this position, in this gorgeous way? Why? What can be done?
Are you honored as good as God?
Yes.
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada is the most exalted personality on the earth. So he must be honored in the highest fashion.
Now that is the injunction. Jasya prasadat. What is that verse? Sakshad haritrena samasta shastri ruktas tatha bhavata eva sadhi kintu prabhurja priya eva tasya. Spiritual master should be honored as good as God. That is the injunction of the scripture.
1965. Why didn't you come sooner? Or to England?
That's a great mystery. I was not thinking myself that I am fit now to go there.
And you were not?
I was thinking that at present I am not fit. And besides that, I was family man at that time. I could not get the opportunity. So after renouncing the family life, then I renounced family life in 1954.
1954?
Yes. And I took sannyas in 1959. And then I came to your country in 1956.
What did you do in 1959?
Sannyas, renouncing, officially renouncing. Officially renouncing family life.
In 59?
Yes.
What happened to your wife?
Wife is under her children, that's all.
the eldest son takes care of the wife, the mother. A very nice system.
Maya jabanikachanya magyadu akhajam abbayam na lakshasi muradrisha nato natradharu jatha. So, Krishna is covered by a curtain. Maya javanika. Javanika means curtain. And Maya, deluding. We have explained yesterday that Krishna is existing outside and inside. Outside, inside is existing Ishara Sarvabhutana, Riddesa, pointing out. Riddesa means this heart, the Lord is living, Ishara. Not only within the heart, but within the atom also. As is stated in the Brahma Samhita, Eka pasau rachayatum jagadanna koti jat shakti rasti jagadanna chaya jadantam annantarasang paramanu chayantaras Govindam adipurusam tamaham. Govinda, because he has entered within this universe, therefore the cosmic manifestation is possible. Otherwise, it is not. Just like I am the soul, you are the soul, because you have entered this body, or I am entered this body. Therefore, the movement of the body is possible. As soon as I or you leave this body, it is dull, no movement. It is very easy to understand. Similarly, how the movement of the cosmic manifestation is going on. The so-called scientists, philosophers, rascals, they do not understand because Krishna has entered. It is very easy to understand. I am part and parcel of Krishna, very minute part. Still, because I have entered this body, therefore the body is moving. The activities of the body going on. Is it very difficult to understand? So, anyone can understand that this lump of matter, big cosmic manifestation, until a thing like me, so, is there, how it is going on nicely. How the sun is rising in due time, the moon is rising in due time, the oceans are flowing in due order, everything is in order. So we have to understand by the symptom. It requires little brain. Just like as soon as in the morning you see no more darkness, it is now, there is light, immediately you can understand there is sun, sunrise is there. Similarly, as soon as you see the world order is going on very nicely, there must be God. Maya dhakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Under my direction, Krishna says, he personally says, and if you have got intelligence, you should understand also. But if you are dull rascal, then you cannot understand. Therefore, here it is said, you dull rascal, you do not know that Krishna is covered by a curtain given by Maya. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita also. Naham prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samabrita. So you have to require, you have to acquire that knowledge, how to understand the existence of God, Krishna, everywhere, inside and outside. So Kunti Devi says that you are within and outside. Krishna is within your heart, and Krishna is outside also. Otherwise, how this big cosmic manifestation is going on? Not only that, he is everywhere, even within the atom. Annantarastham paramanucha. But still, we cannot understand where is Krishna. This is our misfortune. Duskitina mudha. They cannot understand. Why they cannot understand? Because they are duskritina, always engaged in sinful activities. Who can see Krishna? Who is not sinful? Jisham antagatam papam. One who has finished his life of sinful activities, he can understand Krishna. Therefore, it is our request to everyone, please do not commit these 4 kinds of sinful activities: illicit sex, meat eating, gambling and intoxication. This is the preliminary qualification to understand God. Especially, one must not kill animals. In the Bible also, therefore it is said, thou shalt not kill. You rascal, if you want to understand what is God, you must stop this killing art. Thou shalt not kill. But these rascals will not understand. This is the misfortune. And therefore, God is always covered to their eyes. Kunti Devi therefore says, Maya javanika achanna. Maya javanika achanna. Agya. Agya means rascal, who has no knowledge, dull-headed. Mura, ass. These words are used in the Shastra. Why? Mura, the word is used as an ass. The ass amongst the animals is the most, what is called? Foolish. Most foolish. The ass works very hard and bears burden, heavy burden, tons. But he does not know why I am carrying so big burden. Why I have taken so much responsibility? That he does not know. So here we will find so many big politicians and leaders, they have accepted big burden like an ass, but they do not know why they are doing so. They do not know. Their only solace is a temporary satisfaction that I have become president, I have become this, master, I have become this, for a few years. But he does not know what is his real business. So therefore, the Kurmis, they are working hard, day and night. But he does not know why he is working so hard, day and night. So, actually, they are working so hard simply for sense gratification. That's all. Therefore, Shastra says, Nayang deha dehu bhajang niloki kastan kaman arahati vidujang ji. Shastra Rishabdev says that this body, this is also material body. But there is distinction between this body and the dog's body, or the hog's body. The hog is, with this material body, is working day and night. Where is stool? Where is stool? That is his business. As soon as he gets some stool, he eats and is satisfied. Now my liver is satisfied. Similarly, those who are working very hard day and night simply for sense gratification, they are no better than the hogs and dogs. Nayang deho deho hajang niloki kastanakam. He does not know why I have got this first-class body, human body, civilized body. What is my business? Not for eating meat and gambling and intoxication. It is for self-realization, to understand what I am, what is God, what is my relationship with God, and what is the aim of my life. It is meant for them, but they do not know. And because they do not know, asses, muras, Krishna says, namang dushitanam mura, they will not accept the existence of God. Although God is inside and outside. This is the description of the mudha. Here it is said, agya. Agya means ignorant. And what is called Krishna? Krishna is adhokhajam. Adhokhajam. Adhakrita. Adhakrita means subdued. Akhaja. Our knowledge, direct perception. So I thank you very much for your kind reception. It is necessary, sakshad haritena samasta shastrai ruktastatha bhavataiva sadhi kintu prabhodya priya eva tasya bande gurasri charanarindam. This is the process, Vedic process, to receive the transcendental knowledge through the parampara system, and the reception or honor given to the spiritual master, it goes to Krishna. Spiritual master is the official collector. Just like in government there is collector. He receives the money or taxes from the citizens, not for his personal use, but for the government. Similarly, This is the Vedic system to receive knowledge through the transparent medium, and to receive Guru means the honor goes to Krishna. This is necessary. This is not an artificial thing, but spiritually it is necessary. Therefore you hold Vash Puja day. I am very glad to see that you are maintaining the temple standard as good as I saw when I left. That is my satisfaction. And keep this, situation, atmosphere, always, and follow the regulated principles, chant 16 rounds, he will remain always happy. Because a devotee who lives with Krishna or in Krishna consciousness, he does not live in the material world. He always lives in the spiritual world. That is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Mancha Vyavicharini Bhakti Yoge na Jasevat. Anyone who is engaged in Bhakti Yoga with Krishna, Sagunan Samati Tayetan Brahma Bhuvaya Kalpa. Such person is always above these material modes of nature. Our difficulty, our miserable condition of life is due to being under the material laws of nature. So, it is very simple method, and you are all intelligent boys and girls in the Western country. I am very happy that you have taken it seriously and continue this. You will never be unhappy, and not only here, but also, as Krishna says, Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyajivanga namaskuro. If you simply practice these four principles, always think of Krishna, manmana, or become Krishna's devotees, and offer Krishna obeisances and worship Krishna. These four. We are teaching these four principles in the temple. How to worship Krishna, how to serve Krishna, how to become Krishna's devotee, and how to think of Krishna 24 hours. And if you do this, there is guarantee. Krishna says, Mameva Aishasi Asangsaya, without any doubt. He'll go back to home, back to Godhead. So do not be slackened. And it is not difficult. Susukham kartum abhyam. This devotional service is so nice. It is, to execute the devotional is also very pleasing. Susukham kartum abhyam. And whatever you do, that is your permanent asset. It will never be lost. In the material world, suppose you have got some money, so that is not permanent. But anything material possession, that is not permanent. Especially after death, everything is finished. Another new chapter that we do not know. But devotional service, it is guaranteed. It is permanent asset. Even you cannot finish in this life. But that does not mean you should be neglectful. Try to finish completely to become Krishna conscious in this life. Do not keep in abeyance. That is not intelligence. But even if it is not finished, then the next life, a human life, is guaranteed. And you begin again where you ended. These are the Shastri. So, execute this devotional service very sincerely, seriously. Even there is little inconvenience, tolerate it. So there is no inconvenience. But if you think it is inconvenience, that is our mental concoction. Still, you should not be neglectful in the discharging your duties in devotional service. So those who are engaged in deity worship, those who are engaged in Sankirtan party, those who are engaged in distributing books, those who are engaged and the office for keeping accounts, and all of them in devotional service. Not a single moment waste. Kirtaniya sadhari. And whenever you have got time, read books. Now you have got volumes of books. Again we have got another 5 volumes of books, now immediately published. So you have got enough to study. And those who are grihasthas, children, we have got our dallas. As soon as the children is fit, 3 to 4 years, can send to Dallas. They are taking very much care. And if your children are educated, Sanskrit and English, and reads all our books, is more than any university MA, PhD. King Chhatra Bandhun Kolina Upasishtyan Rashtrani ba toi abroputani itastata vasana pana vasa snana babayan mukajiva lokam. In this Kali Yuga, everything is topsy-turvy. The Vedic way of life for living condition, we require to eat, we require to take bath, we require to sleep, we require to have sex also. Everything must be in regulated principle. Because human life means regulated principle. Unfortunately, the human life has become irregulative than the animal. This asana, pana, vasa, and snana and sexual intercourse, there is, at the present moment, there is no regulatory principle. The basic principle is that early in the morning one must take bathing, then worship the deity, read Vedic literature, mantra, then offer foodstuff to the deity, then take prasadam. Everything is regulatory principle. And it is the duty of the government to see that these regulatory principles are being observed by the citizen. This is government. The Vedic system, this Brahman, the topmost class of the human society, their business is to study the Vedas, Pathan, Pathan, Jajan, Jajan, Dana, Pratigraha. Ideal character, very learned. Still in India, now it is formality. A Brahman is called Panditji. Pandit means very learned. Without being a very learned scholar, one cannot become Brahmana. Or Vaishnava. Vaishnava is farther, above the Brahmana. Brahmana is the preliminary qualification for becoming a Vaishnava later on. So, how this principle should be observed, just like government still, they regulate. In your country there are so many regulatory principles. Just in the shop, foodstuff or fruits, they should not be too old or rotten. The inspector is there. If there is not to the standard, they are thrown away. Similarly, not only these stores and shopkeepers, but even in household affairs, there should be government inspection. That is stated in the Shastra. Whether a man who is professing to become a Brahmin, whether he is following strictly the Brahminical rules and regulations. Satta, Sama, Dhamma, Titikha, Arjava, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma, Karma, Sabhava. Similarly, Kshatriyas, whether he is powerful, he is brave, he has got forwardness to fight, when there is fight, he does not go back, and whether he is making charity, the Kshatriya qualifications are so there. And similarly, the Vaishya qualification, Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijjam, whether the one who is professing to become Vaishya, whether he is making agricultural attempt, giving protection to the cows, and making trade, and Shudra karmas, Parisajyatmakam. Shudra's business is to serve this higher class, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Shudra cannot live independently, that is Shudra. Nowadays, the education is that nobody can live independently. Higher education means if he does not get a suitable service, then it is useless. Nobody, the education means nobody can live independently. One takes titles in education, degrees, agriculturist, but he does not go to the field actually to act as agriculturist, Krishan. No, he is finding some job in some school, college, how to teach agriculture. Nobody goes to the land, practical, how to plough the land, how to produce food. Simply theoretical knowledge. I am teaching you, you are teaching. Yes. This is going on. No independence. So, why this has happened? Because here it is said, King Khatra Bandhun, Khatriya is the administrator class, the government. So, in Kali Yuga, they will take charge of the administration or government, but they are not real Khatriya. They are less than Shudra. So how the government will be nice? Therefore, it is lamentable that those who are not Kshatriyas, they are taking the position of government officers. And further it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, Kriyahina, they are not following the rules and regulations of Kshatriya or Brahmana. Still they are claiming to become Brahmana, Kshatriya or Vaishya. And there is a mercantile class nowadays interested in business, but business is one of the items of the Vaishya. The first business is to become agriculturist. Vaishya class, they are meant for making arrangement for our eating. That is also required. Kshatriya is meant for give us protection. And the Brahmana means to give us the ideal life, what is the goal of life. And Shudra, they cannot do anything of this. Therefore, they are Shudra. So, in the Kali Yuga, the Shudras, Shudra means the last, less than Shudra, the Chandala, they are taking the part of Kshatriya or Brahmana or Vaishya. That is the effect of this Kali Yuga. Therefore, it is very lamentable. One must be trained up. This very word Khatrabandhu means, even though one is in the royal family, but he cannot administer. Just like in England, now the royal monarchy is finished all over the world. Even there is monarchy in some countries, just like in England there is monarchy. The queen is there. But the queen is also uneducated, she does not know how to rule. It is an official post only. The parliamentary sanction, simply she signs, that's all. She has no power to rule. So power or no power, the Kali Yuga, the administration will be done by less qualified, no qualified men. King Khatrabandhu, Kulina Upasrishtyan, the system will be disturbed on account of this Kali Yuga. Kulina Upasrishtyan, Rashtrani. Rashtrani means states. So is avaroparat, avaropatani, put into disorder. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find everything, whatever is necessity for the advancement of human civilization, everything is there described. And knowledge also, all departmental knowledge, even astronomy, astrology, politics, sociology, atomic theory, everything is there. Vidya Bhagavatavadhi. people follow, imitate Americans. I am traveling all over the world. Everywhere I see they are trying to manufacture this skyscraper building, imitating your country. So, if you kindly become Krishna conscious and chant and dance in ecstasy, emotional love of God, the whole world will follow you and it will be Vaikuntha, there will be no more trouble. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
we keep our cows and take their milk, and there is no scarcity, everything there. We don't require to go outside the land for our livelihood. So we are advising, we are making centers like that be self-sufficient, save time for spiritual culture. That is human civilization. This was advised some thousands of years ago by Rishabdev. I will recite some verses that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is stated in the 5th chapter of the 5th canto. It is said, Rishabha Uvach. Rishabdev was the emperor of this world. He was advising his sons. So he said, Nayang deho deho bhajang niloke kastan kaman arhati bir bhujang ji tato tapo dibbang putrakajena sattang suddhe jasmat brahma saukham anantam. This is the instruction of Rishabdev to his sons, my dear sons. This human form of body, ayana deha, this body. No, not. Now ayana deha, deho bhajang niloke. Everyone has got a body. Cats and dogs, they are also. Then from this day, they shall dissolve this so-called nationality. Accept this whole planet belonging to us. All the human beings, all the animals, all the birds, beasts, trees, as they are on this planet. If we accept this philosophy, there is no question of chaotic condition of the society. Actually, that is the fact. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that whatever there is property on the land, on the sky, or on the water, anywhere, everything belongs to God. This is somewhere or other communistic idea, but it is spiritual communistic idea. The communists, they are making their center as the state. The Bhagavad makes the center as God. Everything belongs to God. The communist says that everything belongs to the state. And the Bhagavad says everything belongs to God. So from the idea, this is very nice idea. Now, we are, Krishna claims in the Bhagavad Gita that all the species of life, they are my sons. I am the seed-giving father. So the property is belonging to God, the Supreme Father, and we are the sons of God, not only human beings. Krishna says, Sarvajonishu, all species of life. Therefore, God has provided for everyone sufficient necessities of life. For example, just like we are human beings, only 400,000 of species, but other species, there are 8 million, 100,000 species. In Africa, there are millions of elephants. They eat at a time 50 kilograms. Kg, what is that kg? Kilos. Kilos. But they are also eating. There is no scarcity of food for them. So it is a fact. Eko jo bahunam vidudhati kama. But because we don't believe in God, we manufacture our own ideas. Therefore we create simply chaotic condition. So according to Bhagavad Gita, as we are preaching, we are also opening centers, self-help center in New Vrindavan, West Virginia. We have already opened a very big community center. We are going to open in California also, and we have already opened in India also, that we occupy a certain tract of land, we produce our own food. They are all in ignorance and they are manufacturing their own way of life, every day changing. This will not solve the problems of human society if we actually follow the Vedic injunction. It is very simple thing. The whole idea is that everything belongs to God. Actually that's a fact. This is the Ishavāsamidam Sarvam. Everything, now this United Nations, they are trying to be united, but actually in the heart they have got this is my land, this is my land. The American thinking, this is my land, the German thinking, it is my land, Indian thinking, my land. Actually there is no knowledge. Every land belongs to God. But they cannot come to this conclusion because they are godless, without any God consciousness. Actually that's a fact. Just as America, 200 years ago, this land did not belong to the Americans, it was there already. So to whom it belonged? Similarly, everything, this is the statement of the Veda. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. If we accept this, if the United Nations makes this resolution possessing a body, and the human being also possessing body, so what is the difference between the cats and dogs and human society? The Rishabdev says, Ayam deho bhajang kastana kaman na arhati jad birhujang. To accept too much labor for the necessities of life, kaman means the necessities of life. This life, this human form of life, is not meant for that. It is meant for birbhujang, the hogs and dogs. The hog is whole day working to find out where is stool, where is stool. The human life should not be like that. Human life should be very peaceful and prosperous and save time for spiritual culture. That is stated here. Tapo dibbam, for tapasya, voluntarily accepting renouncement. This is human life. That is our Vedic principle. Compulsory sannyas. There are varnashram dharma, and so student life, brahmachari, then married life, grihastha, then vanaprastha, then sannyas. That is tapasya.